Hey guys, welcome. Today we're going to watch a video that came out a little while back about weather patterns and stuff in Ashes of Creation. For those of you that know me, I've been following Ashes of Creation since basically it was announced. I do play in alpha when it's available for Ashes of Creation, and am looking forward to playing whenever the next stage of alpha is. But I have been following the development of Ashes of Creation, and I will definitely be playing Ashes of Creation when it's launched and every stage of alpha and beta that does come out. So they did show some dynamic seasons and weather patterns that they have for the game. The game itself, it looks gorgeous, but that doesn't, we all know that doesn't make for a great game. The gameplay is going to, but great graphics don't hurt. So if you can have a great game with a lot of, great gameplay and nice graphics too, that's a bonus. So anyways, I'm kind of interested in watching this. It has been out for a little while, but this is kind of my review. I'm hoping that it looks good. I do see that they're using Unreal Engine 5 now, and I believe when in the early alpha, they were using Unreal Engine 4. And I remember asking the customer service lady, whose name escapes me at the moment, if they were going to swap the Unreal Engine 5, and at the time she said that wasn't confirmed yet, but strongly hinted that they were going to. So good to see that they did. Those of you watching the stream, if you're interested in Ashes of Creation, I would suggest watching this video. The graphics may blow you away.
Hello everyone and welcome to another update with Ashes of Creation, and today is going to be a special one. I am joined by three amazing artists. Our lead environment artist, Tristan Snodgrass. Hey Tristan, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, I'm doing very well, thank you.
Now is this your first recording, even though you've been with us since the beginning, 6 years ago almost, right?
6 years they've been...
Yeah, since 2016. I don't think I've ever actually been on any of the live streams.
Outside of our studio tour, where I think we had one where you were a sriracha bottle.
Yeah.
For Halloween.
That's correct. Yeah, I've been mostly behind the scenes, behind all the cinematics. And
that's right. I think our community often asks where Nodes 3 is at, because one time, remember we were at that
This is
panel
in-game, by the
and
way,
were
so
like,
this
"When's
is what
Nodes 3
Snow's
coming out?"
going to
I'm like,
look like
Tristan's back at
in-game.
the studio, and he's editing it.
Yeah, I remember that, and I was like, what's he done?
That's so good. We decided to go a different direction.
No,
but
we'll have Nodes.
I would appreciate if they just actually kind of got on with what they're talking about, though. Like they're talking about, I don't care that this guy's never been on them before. Like this is supposed to be a chat about weather and stuff like that.
4 here soon.
Like,
anyway,
there you go. We're just gonna skip 3.
Yeah.
And then we also have one of our technical artists, our senior technical artist, Mr. Brian Gans.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Stephen.
Welcome to the show, sir. This is also your first time.
It is.
Although you have been doing a lot of work behind the scenes as well, making our world look pretty and performant, and making sure artists have their tools that they need, all the fun stuff.
I'm all over the place in this game.
running back and forth between character, environment, everything.
Woodworm, if you've never seen this
also
before, you should like seriously sit and watch this for a bit. It's really kind of mind-blowing how good the graphics are.
Having one of our environment artists, Mr. James. Is it Kurowski? Kurowski, right?
Yeah, it's Kurowski. Hi, how are you?
Welcome aboard, buddy. And you are
welcome to the
first
stream,
time
by
as
the
well.
way.
It is my first time, yeah.
We have a whole new crew on the live stream, and this video is all about showcasing what everybody here is going to see.
That purple thing, are you talking about the actual character or like the whatever these are, the end of his sleeves?
See here is something I don't recall having ever played a game where this is done. Have you guys ever played a game that has had these features we're about to see?
Okay. I already sort of know what the features are, and I've wondered why MMOs don't do this. Like, why can you not have seasons in an MMO? It would bring such a
Not that I can
fantastic
recall,
sense
no.
of realism.
I mean, I can't even think of a single player
or
game
I don't
that
know,
does this.
That's
RPG
that's
to
what
the
I was
game.
trying to think of too. I was trying to think of like a single player game that had done this, and I'm sure our community's gonna be like, oh, you know, they had.
There's snow in Ultima Online. Like you'll see snow or whatever, or it rains, but you don't actually see it like change the world like
Weather
this
here or
does.
there, but this is more than weather, right?
Yeah, I think it's been done to a much lesser extent elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we pushed the envelope quite a bit here.
Yes,
Yeah.
and people actually, so viewing this video, people just saw on stream the teaser that kind of goes through and shows the cinematics in the engine, in the game, for this
right.
area, right? So they already know there's some transitioning here, but it's really more than just a transition. It is actually a dynamic season tech that changes the state of the world across our biomes. And what biome are we in right now?
We are currently in the Riverlands biome, which is one of the primary focuses of Alpha 1.
Alpha
Or,
2.
sorry, Alpha 2.
Yeah, Alpha 2. Yeah, no, that's right. It's the largest biome in Alpha 2, right?
Correct, and it's going to be where like the main Kalar, Aelin portal exists. So
I am looking at this snowy, wintry location, and even though we're in the Witherlands, it's weather and river. It's Witherlands. Even though we're in the Riverlands, that is one of the biomes that can experience kind of a really traditional season change, like what we're accustomed to, right? That people are going to see across all 4 seasons.
yeah, I mean, this is kind of we decided to take this to the extremes. So extreme weather, everywhere from like harsh, snowy, blizzardy kind of.
Like the neat thing about this engine is when it's snowing, over time you will actually see the snow build up on the ground.
Farming
It
fields
looks,
to lush green landscapes. So we decided to tackle the
but
hardest
not
part
just snow, like all seasons, all types of weather.
first, which is making it very, very different between seasons.
Yeah, this is. Oh, by the way, I'm playing a Vec right now. Some of you saw the Vec in the character creator, but haven't seen it yet in game. This guy is just wanting to experience the amazing immersive world that you guys have created here. Okay, so we are in the Riverlands, and we are currently in the winter season. So we have obviously a couple things going on here. We have the landscape itself, the environment itself has changed, where there's no leaves that are on the trees, there's snow that's piling up on the rocks, the ground. I mean, go over what you have to do to transition a biome like the Riverlands into a winter season.
Whew. So it's the terrain materials, and there's many materials that get applied to the terrain, and each one, accepts snow at a different rate, a different intensity. And
That's
there's
cool
the
too. Like
assets all get-
so if the different things that the snow's falling onto will determine how quickly it builds up. So if it's falling onto something that's like wet or like a puddle or something like that, it won't build up or won't build up very fast. But on like rocks or something like that, it will.
It's
That's kind of
the
neat.
same material function that applies snow to the tops of them. There's a particle effect that moves with the player camera that handles both snow and rain and any kind of precipitation. There's the volume fog that just went away, as we saw, as it cleared up. The volumetric cloud in the sky has a material that needs to respond to season changes and weather changes. There's a wind actor. I could keep going for a while.
There's a lot.
That,
suffice to say, there's a lot of stuff that goes into changing a region of the world into. Ooh, is that a little bit of thunder?
Oh, take a moment.
Sounds
and
like
just,
wind.
Enjoy the view.
Oh, is this okay? So right now we're transitioning into like a storm.
Oh, they're changing it
as
on the
well
fly
as the
to-
climate. This has been kind of sped up, right?
They kind of
to
give you different
showcase
examples.
The different season transitions.
You can see the
Correct,
flowers
yes.
growing
So
and
right
stuff.
now we're getting some rain, which will usher in springtime, and so you'll see all the flora that's growing up.
So
right
this
now on
is
the ground.
this
Oh.
transition doesn't happen over the course of like 10 seconds. They sped it up so it would transition over the course of say days or something like that.
Go.
Snow's gone.
Mm-hmm. No snow.
This is unbelievable, and now we've added some additional particle effects with the
Now there's like, bugs and stuff like that, insects flying around.
butterflies and the bees and the insects.
Yep.
And in addition, it's like all the leaves now have grown on. There's a bunch of flowers that are present. James, talk to me a little bit about kind of how you're determining
Yeah,
the
the
flowers
leaves
that
all
are
have,
appropriate
or the
for each
trees all
season.
have leaves on them too.
Yeah. So one of the hardest things for setting this up was essentially making 4 biomes in one every season, and we kind of started with Wales as like a reference point.
My home country.
Yeah.
Not Wales, but the country Wales.
The
Yeah,
country
yeah.
Wales, correct.
Oh, I thought you were saying. Well, technically, both are relevant to you, Tristan, because not only are you our lead environment artist, but you also are a very avid professional environment film guy, right? I've seen some of your stuff; it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Outside of this kind of stuff, I tend to spend my time filming nature, so it's kind of appropriate.
How often do you give that to the environment team as reference material?
Not often yet, but I'll be visiting Wales next week, so I'll be taking plenty of photos for reference.
This is
You know,
no
Wales,
joke.
you let
Chris
these
got
guys
right
go on
up into
vacation?
the eyeball of this giant whale.
was
It's staring right
crazy.
into the camera. That was so cool, dude.
That was very crazy. Okay, I've noticed
Yeah.
that the animals have changed. The ambient sound has changed, and Kat has done an amazing job with the ambience in the Riverlands biome. It is, I feel like I am here, and not only that, but also kept it adaptive for the seasonal changes as well, right?
Yeah. I think we also actually missed the winter bear back in the day, or back in the winters at biome, but that's okay. We'll see
There's
another
more.
one.
There's
next
more.
week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Winter
But
bear.
yeah, James, sorry, I think we kind of cut you off.
No, that's cool.
But
That's fine.
if you
That's
want to
fine.
continue talking about how you went about the art process for this.
Oh yeah, no, it's just iterative like all art is, and Hal, one of our
So this
really
is
great
springtime now,
designers, and
Woodroom.
myself kind of
But it's neat
worked
how
really
it
closely together
transitions
to
from
try to
one
homogenize
like
everything for
weather,
the seasons.
one season of weather to the
and
other.
I don't know, there's not much else to say. I kind of can see it.
That's true.
Do the
Yeah.
flowers bloom at a particular time of year?
They do.
Ooh.
Yeah. No. Yeah. All the flowers will, decay and die in the fall and turn colors, and even the animals, like Kieran right there, will shift based on the time of the year.
Oh, I love the glow on the Kieran's antlers.
Mhm. Good job.
Yeah,
on that,
That's
Brian.
just what Moody's in.
Oh, it looks great.
Yeah, we'll
Now-
see that Kieran change in real time later on.
That's right.
Yeah.
So part of the relevance of this, not just from a beautiful aesthetic perspective here, but what
Hey,
makes
thanks,
it so
Hunter
unique
Meister.
is
Appreciate
the
it, man.
dynamic element of these seasons and the weather systems changing to the behavior actions of the player, right? So part of the triggers that can create seasonal change is not just time related for each of our biomes, but they're also indicated by events that occur on the server, whether that be certain raid bosses forming or a relic being acquired by a particular node and being activated to change potentially the weather.
Ropey, I'll be tailoring and engineering, of course. For those of you that are just getting here, we're watching a video that Intrepid Studios has come out with for their game. If you guys don't know, Ashes of Creation, I've been following it since the game was first announced. Basically, I've played in the alpha already, waiting for the next alpha stage to come out. But they're giving an example as to how their weather patterns work. So in their game, unlike any other MMO, weather actually changes over the course of time. So you'll go from like summer to fall to winter and stuff like that, and the actual environment changes with it. So like leaves will fall off trees, winter will come, snow will accumulate on the ground, that sort of stuff.
Weather out of a
Pretty
winter
neat.
state into a spring state. And the reason why a node might have interest in doing that, of course,
This doesn't
is
look anything
because
like Lost Ark.
weather and the seasons also affect skills and abilities. They affect crops and gatherables, vehicles and mounts, ships, creatures and loot tables change. Their behaviors might change. Resistances and weaknesses or synergies might be relevant in certain seasons or weather systems. Targeting might change. The AoE radius might grow for a fire effect if you're in the middle of summer, or it might shrink if you're in the middle of a storm. There's so much that goes into this system, and that's why you guys really spent a lot of time making sure that the environment reflects both at the quality we want and isn't just kind of an afterthought weather system, because a lot of games that I've played, you know, you get just the visual effects kind of playing and you get some rain or you get some snow. But what we've seen here in that transition from winter to spring was significant, and it persists. And each of these zones exist in these different states at different times across different servers. I saw those birds just fly by, and it scared the crap out of me. I was like, what was that?
You didn't expect that.
I did not.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely one of the more traditional weather biomes, I guess you could say, in terms of seasons. But we will be taking things a little weird with some of the other biomes as well.
Oh, I think
Here
we're
you're going to
changing.
see, yeah, I think there's fall coming.
Yeah, it's shifting to fall.
Oh, I see the
Oh,
leaves
you can see that.
starting
Look
to
at this. Hold on, let's go back a bit. So this is still summer, late summer. But watch the leaves. So they've sped this up so that something that in game might take several days or maybe weeks or whatever, they've sped this up so people can see what the transition kind of looks like.
In terms of seasons, but we will be taking things a
Watch
little
this.
weird with some of the other biomes as well.
See,
Oh,
the,
here
you're
the,
gonna
the,
see,
the flowers
yeah,
are dying,
There's fall coming.
and
Yeah,
you
it's
got
shifting
you
to
got
fall.
colored leaves
Oh,
that
I
are
see the
coming in.
leaves starting to
Mhm.
spawn. Oh my gosh. And the little dust devil. Oh, that looks great.
Oh boy.
Oh, I love it. Wow, look at the color
Yeah, the
change.
color. That's my favorite part about everything is just the colors.
It was really hard to nail down the color change, but I think we pulled it off.
That is
I
amazing.
think you guys more than pulled it off.
That looks like really
yeah,
cool.
even internally, like when we showed
just
a
this
very
kind of
early
attention
version
to
of this,
detail,
to
you're
the
like-
entire company, what, it
you
was
really
like
think that they
3
might
weeks, 4 weeks
actually
ago. There was
have
people that were,
something
like,
great here.
crying practically.
Yeah, that I mean, I'm watching the updates every week, every day actually.
Yeah.
And I just keep getting like goosebumps watching this, thinking, and again, just to reiterate, these and I'm sure I've already said this on the stream, which is tomorrow, but these transitions are sped up in order to demonstrate, you know, what that move for the world looks like. But ultimately, these seasons exist on a weekly basis, unless they're event driven or have other triggers, right? They might last longer if you don't deal with the dragon, or if you keep that relic active. But these on a cyclical perspective.
Well,
as
Rupee,
well
this
as
isn't
season
coming out
transition
for a
might be,
couple of
exist within a 1 week
at least a
time
couple
frame,
of years,
right?
probably
And
3
then
years.
It transitions
So
over
maybe
a
you'll
period
have
of
an upgrade
hours.
to your computer by then. But
right now you're seeing it sped up over the course of 30 seconds.
Yeah, correct. I mean, in real time, it's going to be almost unnoticeable to the naked eye. You know,
I
like,
did not see that
kind of
bull match.
naturally how it is in real life.
Is that
we're
on
not gonna do
Wrath?
it over the course of a year, of course, but you know, a couple hours, maybe half a day.
Ooh, is that a dragon?
Yeah, it is a dragon.
Wrath beta?
You might want to take it.
Which boss
cautiously.
is that? Oh man, it's starting to snow.
Oh, here's a
dragon?
winter transition.
Yeah.
Look at the snow build up on
Oh,
the ground.
look at-
So
I love that.
Again, they've sped this
So
up.
the
This would
weather
normally take
events
the
will
course of
usher in
like
the different
hours or
seasons as
something,
well.
but
So you'll know when the new season is going to change, just based on the weather that's happening. But to the naked eye, you're not really going to see it happening this quickly. Obviously, this is just a very visual demonstration of what's available and how we can work with it.
Oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
There's the bears.
the bears.
Nice.
Oh, that guy's probably cold right now.
look
Yeah,
at the
he's-
snow.
he's
That
out
is
here.
incredible.
I love the dirty coat underneath the bear.
Now, I'm
It
going to
sounds so
assume that
good.
they're going to add sound
They're currently
effects
planning
as
with
well.
weather to have like rain and snow.
Look at this.
be-
Look at this, like probably like from a statue or something originally, or something that used to stand there. Maybe it's just a carving in the rock, but I'm going to assume that they'll add sound effects as well to when you're running in the snow or running through water or something like that. But just the way that the snow develops or the weather patterns develop is really kind of
where
neat.
it snows more often in the winter, and rains more often in the winter in some other places, and basically leveraging some of the new features of Unreal Engine, like being able to sample the global distance field in the material to be able to have the snow accumulate in the crevices of objects as summer comes on and melts away the snow, it melts in the crevices last. Or if it starts to snow, then it kind of accumulates in the outer areas first, and the crevices fill in later, kind of thing. So there's
or even saturates the
Yeah.
earth while it melts.
right.
Gets all soggy.
Oh, this looks great, and it looks
Now,
like,
like
the,
fog
even
and
the
rain's
ground is
coming
getting
in.
Wet.
Oh,
I can
there's
hear the footsteps change to the water.
know.
That's so good.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the things that makes like a world come alive is not just
Did the
you know,
wind pick up in the storm?
it did,
My hat is going crazy.
but yeah, like
Wow,
all
the
the
weather
elements
in
coming
this game
together
is
really
pretty-
sell it. Like,
pretty
you
neat.
can take away one of the things and everything just kind of falls apart. Like no wind, the life or the environment just doesn't feel
now it's
alive.
back to spring.
Add some wind and suddenly everything comes to life.
Oh, this is beautiful, guys. Yeah, this is unbelievable.
Hold on, let's go
One
back.
of the things that is huge about
Hold on, I want to go back to where it was winter and see if we can see that building. So I think this is the building that he's running up to, and there's nothing on it. There's just snow.
Right.
And I
So
think
sunny.
over the course
Oh, this looks great.
where
and
it
it looks like
changes,
even the ground
plants
is getting
grow
wet.
on it. See if it's the
I
same
can hear
building.
the footsteps change to the water. That's so good.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the things that makes like a world come alive. is
Here's the
not
building
just-
here.
Did the wind pick up in the storm?
It did.
My hat is going crazy.
But yeah, like all the elements coming together really sell it. Like, you can take away one of the things and everything just kind of falls apart. Like no wind, the life or the environment just doesn't feel alive. But
Yep,
you know,
there's
add
there's
some wind
definitely
and suddenly
plants that are
everything
growing
comes
on
to
it.
life.
Oh, this is beautiful, guys. Yeah, this is unbelievable. One of the things that is huge about this season system and how it affects crops and the gatherables in the game is the impact it will have on the economy, right?
That's
when a particular
what he just pointed out is pretty effing cool. Plants will grow only at certain times of the year. So it's kind of like certain things in WoW where, you can only get certain items at, during certain events, and they become more expensive when those events aren't around, type of thing. Kind of the same thing here with the economy. That's really kind of neat.
area no longer is capable for a week's period of time or even potentially longer of producing a certain type of crop or harvestable, and that has to change across the world regionally. Now the transit system of those materials, of those gatherables, they become more relevant and they're subject to potential risk, and the prices might go up in certain areas. It is something that is actually very instrumental in the overall design of the economy in the game. Speaking of economy, are those two merchant ships?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Like maybe the strait opens up and suddenly they're able to transport goods a little faster.
Right.
We're playing with the idea of freezing over rivers and things, but
Yeah.
the implications, it opens up a lot of can of worms. Like someone could get trapped under the ice, but we'll figure it out if it's possible.
I think you should trap them.
Yeah. or even also something that's very easily done that we've talked about since 2017, and such a big component of this system coming to life and seeing it at the quality bar that it's at. I mean, like, again, I say this, I haven't seen this really in any other game, let alone MMORPG, where seasons impact so much of the design. And part of that also, again, on the economy front, is you might have a mountain pass. And during winter, that mountain pass is always closed. And so the trade routes on land change with caravans. And that's something that can not only exist on a cyclical level, but also dynamically based on player activity.
That's pretty cool.
That is a very big difference. Can I play with the wind? Can I help those ships out a little bit?
Yeah, I mean,
believe so.
we definitely
What?
gave Steven some God mode controls here to
Uh-oh.
demonstrate some more of the systems in more
Let's see a tornado.
real-time way
Oh wow, look.
as he ushers in some.
Let there
Thunder.
be rain! Look at this. This is great.
That's nice
I
that they've
love
given him
how
God mode.
the
He owns the
distance
company, but
visibility changes and the night, the kind of
that's cool with the wind
overhead
picking up
cast
and how
comes
much the
You're
grass
gonna sink the boats with all that water.
I know. Oh yeah, I
Flowers.
forgot. My bad, guys.
move
Oh no,
more.
it's good. They needed the fresh water anyway. So.
Oh, can I play? Let me dial up the wind a little bit. Make it a little
Yeah.
bit crazier. Oh, I love the grass movement.
That's
This
really
is
cool how it moves with the
crazy.
different
Look at
gusts
my
of wind
hair,
too.
Or my hat is going wild.
Like you can actually see when a gust
love the
blows
cloth
through,
physics,
like
too.
over the
When the rain
grass.
goes down and the sun hits the grass when it's windy, it looks really cool.
Let me
Find it
do
really
that.
cool.
I'd be
I
happy with
I have some God controls that they gave me for this demonstration. So let me turn the rain off.
Yep.
and turn on maybe the wind by itself.
There you go.
Oh, look at the like wave movement across the grass. How did you get that to occur?
So there's a noise function that we've got in both materials and in blueprints, so that eventually later it needs to be converted to C++ because it's like 300 times faster when it goes into C++. But basically the same function is duplicated in two places. So we have it in the materials that generates the noise in ripples that goes across the player, and in the program, the CPU side of things, the value of the wind at the player location gets sent to the audio system. So the wind picks up.
Oh,
an
now
audio,
it's changing to
as
fall.
a wave of
Oh, snow.
a wave of wind.
Oh,
that
he's just
passes by the
quickly
player.
going through all the
I'm
fate.
just going through. I'm going through the seasons. Like
No
I just
way.
did a quick transition for the audience to see how much control I have right now.
Yeah, so we gave Steven a sped up timeline of the ability to forward and also reverse seasons. If you want to, get a little crazy with it, but
Oh yeah, I see that.
so you can go from
I can pause it.
I'm not sure what floating rock you're talking about. That's an
I like
island,
Future
but
feel. Let me
should
put some
check
snow.
out-
Let me put some snow on.
Yeah.
Wait
Yeah.
for it.
let's see some snow.
Oh yeah. Oh again, look at that. I love the fog. And the effects now start kicking off the ground.
ZD,
yeah.
hey ZD
So
Rogue,
everything's
what's up,
built
man?
into the
This is
system
called
in the sense that, like,
um,
they can change dynamically. Like, yeah, you're not gonna get that gust of wind.
it's
in certain
Ashes of
locations,
Creation.
but,
If you're not following
summer,
it,
but when it's winter, it kicks in.
Oh,
heavy.
we should watch this Kieran real
Oh.
quick. Can we do that?
So go to the ones actually.
it's been in
turn around
development
and
for a
snap
number
it
of
in
years,
the
but it's in
background.
alpha
Yeah,
now,
those
and
are the ones
I've
down
played it
there.
on
Oh, look
stream a
at
few
these
times.
guys.
Hopefully they play
Hello,
nice.
Kieran. Come here, little friends.
There they are.
All right, I need you guys in the shot. I need you guys to step over here. Hey, can you move to the left, please?
We need a feeding system where you can just like walk up and like hold out your hand.
Or some
and,
type of
Pantheon,
husbandry
yeah.
where
Hopefully
I can
that
do
game
my-
actually
Yeah,
gets
that's
developed.
right.
It's a
There we go.
tragedy
He
what
listened,
happened
just
with
took
their.
Yes.
I guess he was their lead
Since he did a
game
great job
designer
on
or
this,
something.
Oh,
Took a
yeah.
shot. All
yeah,
right, here
these
we
are
go.
fantastic.
But from what I understand,
Watch
they're
the Kieran
back to
change.
developing the game again.
Oh, look at them. They change
Nice.
with the seasons.
Oh, that's
That
kind
was
of
fun for me
neat.
to figure out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that looks
Looks good.
so good, James.
That's kind of neat.
And see,
The
like in our original
these
cinematic
creatures
that I
change their
believe
color
we've
with
shown,
seasons.
or we will be showing during the live stream, like where we talked about seasons in our Kickstarter.
Yes.
Those were just dissolves between environments that we did in post-production, and I'm sure people think we're doing the same.
What happened to Pantheon? Their lead game developer, I think he was their lead. He passed away suddenly, and so I think the game was kind of like stalled for a little bit. But it sounds like they've rehired and have added more people to the team and stuff like that. So I had stopped kind of looking at the development of that game, but I've had people recently tell me that they're back into developing and stuff like that. So maybe something that we need to take a look at. But right now, Ashes of Creation is probably the one that I'd say most people are probably
Same thing in our new
watching
cinematic,
right
but,
now.
no, it's actually happening real time. There's no trickery. No
But
fakery,
Pantheon
it's
looked
all
like it
Yeah,
could
this
be
is all
promising as well.
authentic.
Beautiful and authentic. I love it. Let me.
This is the major leagues now.
Heck yeah. I love it. Okay, tell me a little bit about the weather effects. And
What,
I
look,
know
what
the
is that? Okay, look up in the air, dude. Look at this. Look at this shadow. It's a dragon flying above. Can we look up, please?
The weather effects, and I know that the effects team isn't here right now, but we might be getting some insight to their work next month, maybe on stream. We'll see. But you also have the effects interacting with the environment. Like I was seeing some streams of rain that was coming down that Adrian did some work on some of the portcullises.
Yeah, there's individual particle effects that can be placed on some of these assets that kind of responds to changes in weather that look like, rain collecting in areas or like sheeting off of flat surfaces. If you go underneath like a tunnel or something, you see it dripping more intensely. I think we'll have a tool to auto place that, but worst case, we can have it be hand placed.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Same
love
thing with
that.
the dust devils, the butterflies, the bees.
The leaves. They could put.
Playing with this wind a little bit. I love the tree movement too. You know, it's so funny.
But
in a lot of the
if
games
you're
that I
at his
played,
house, that's fine, dude.
the wind effects can either look
As long as
really,
he's
really
there,
good,
you know.
or they can look really, really bad, and usually not much in between. But I like how our trees, you have this variance in movement from the trunk itself.
That's really
to
cool.
the leaves.
This weather effect stuff is really
How do you
neat.
guys do that?
We actually had to home roll our own solution. So the trees were made in a program called Speed Tree, and we had a little bit of trouble getting the Speed Tree nodes and the materials for the trees to function correctly. So we just made our own version of Wind for now. But yeah, we just kind of take the tree position, and a lot of information about the tree is encoded to the UV coordinates. There's about 7 or 8 UV coordinate spaces. And each one has, like, is it a leaf? Is it a frond or branch? How far down the branch is it? And we just use that data to drive a bunch of rotations. Some of the information encoded in the UV coordinates is what's the pivot point of this branch. So I just kind of rotate around that branch.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, it looks really neat.
Looks really cool. I love that. And then another thing we're talking about was having like wetness effects and snow pile up on, rocks and buildings and stuff.
That's one thing we're doing for wetness of the terrain. If you look at the dirt path, as it gets wetter, and I'm not sure how visible this is because it also gets cloudy and dark, and maybe they can stream compression, but as it gets wet, we use the height element of the terrain materials to figure out where puddles should form. And it
So
should,
technical.
should
Like
be able
I,
to see it. It doesn't do it so much on a slope, so it might look
fine
more
though.
visible on a flat terrain.
Here we go, right here. I see it
But
there.
yeah, at the lower areas of the terrain height, it gets kind of glossy like puddles.
you hear him stepping in
looks
water
great.
too. That's
And a similar thing for snow.
There we
As the snow is melting, it evaporates, or it is removed from the areas of where there's high material ambient occlusion. Or it removes it from the high ambient occlusion places last.
Very cool. That's amazing. Let me switch to snow. I wanna talk a little bit about the building thing here. Hold on.
Yeah, so I was going to say we also had our other artists working on some modular sets and various things that we can use to construct a lot of the ancient ruins of the Ayla race that were once here in Vera before the how would you describe it, the event where everyone left?
The Exodus, the apocalypse,
Exodus,
the
that's right.
end of the world.
Yep. Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
Wait a minute. What is this? Oh, this is an
Ice
example of like obstructions.
Yeah, so and then design, you might not be able to access certain areas in
Wait a
location, but
minute.
there's something there.
Open. Open for me. I command you.
You might want to.
Can they? Oh yeah, there it goes.
Abracadabra.
Yes, melt. Oh, there's a
Oh, boy.
door. Why is
What
it so
is going on?
bright in there?
I don't know.
What is going on?
this
Wait a
looks
minute.
like a bug.
I don't even know if I want to go in there. To be fair.
Well, go in. Of course you want to
Hold
go
on,
in
you
there.
might have to change the weather here. We might need to.
Wait. Reveal yourself, Snow. I command you to stop. I feel like there is something.
Sometimes during certain seasons.
What
you
is
might-
that? Oh,
Oh no.
oh my god.
What is it?
Oh, it's a sandal.
What is Spider-Man?
Yes. That is so awesome. Who did put that in there?
Yeah, that was done by our amazing artist Hal. She
Oh, Hal.
cranked that out real quick for you with a nice little inscribed S there.
That is so cool. Oh, that is Steven's sandal. I
I'm pretty
found
sure
it.
we're gonna auction off like your sandals at some
I found my sandal. But
You
wait,
actually
to be
gotta
fair,
find
it's
the other one.
missing. Oh, is there another one?
There's two. The sandals come in pairs, so
Wait a minute.
I
Why don't you
assume
try
there's a
some
second.
mantling. and
Where
find
is
the
this?
color.
Where is this other? Oh, can I? Is this like a little
Yeah,
Maybe.
jump puzzle?
little jump puzzle for you.
Little jump puzzle. All right, let's see if I can do this. Wah. Let me up. Let me up, sir.
It's just a bit of parkour, so yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Do I like jump across this way?
Oh no, I think it's to your left there. You can get it either way. There's
Oh,
always
dude,
Oh
there's
my
stairs.
God.
There's
Oh,
actually
just
stairs there you
barely.
can go up, man.
Small heart attack.
Skin of my teeth.
Dude, there,
Down
it's
here.
stairs. You don't
Oh,
have to
there's
jump.
stairs. It's dark. I can't see.
it is a little darker now. but
Ooh,
It's getting
there we
lighter.
go. Okay.
Lumen's
I
kicking in.
found it.
Yeah.
I think I have found it.
Ah, there you
Ah,
go.
my other sandal.
Collector's editions.
Yes. Oh, I love it. That is so cool. That is awesome. Well, I have to say, back when we talked about seasonal changes and weather systems and all of these things being interconnected with design elements and systems in the game, I remember that we showed off the kind of, very early prototyping that we were doing back in like 2017. And we probably actually just showed that on the stream, lol. But
Yep.
I never thought that it would come to this level of quality.
Yeah, in fact, when I first kind of faked this kind of seasonal tech back before the Kickstarter even happened, I think I was a little intimidated myself. But
Right. Yeah, the prototype that we did, like there were significant challenges of making that possible. But this,
So that's why we've never
is
seen
next
it in
level.
another MMO
Yeah.
before. Is
yeah, big shout out to
I
James
know
and
I've
Hal
never seen
and
another
Brian
MMO
for
that's done
cranking out
this.
all the biome stuff, and then Brandon and Adam for cranking out these amazing ruins.
And Scott for the new trees too.
Scott Allen, our new foliage go-to guy, is the one that cranked out some of these pretty epic. Was that the ash trees?
Yes, those big
Also-
ash trees.
don't
our
mind
new,
my god powers. I have god powers. This is not powers you will have, players. This is just what I can do.
And also, not to forget, Hans, our new landscape master. He took a swing at this landscape for us and did us some of the epic views. So, all around, an amazing job by everybody.
Yeah, we were all pretty intimidated when we were having the initial meetings to start working on this, but
Yep.
everyone pulled together and
Yeah,
well,
you guys really are a dynamite team.
You guys have done a tremendous, a phenomenal job. I think the community will let you hear this in chat, that this is a next level presentation for seasons and weather and for an environment, really, and an MMO that I've ever seen.
And not to forget, of course, that's not just us, but also, the entire effects team, our new audio artist,
Yes.
Kat, and, the character team for getting that cloth physics and all the other goodness going. So.
And this is a work in progress still. This is nowhere
Oh, yeah.
near complete. This is actually still the great thing about our development that I personally love is that we invite the community to watch, right? And over the years, they can go back and they can look on our YouTube and they can see the quality of art continue to improve over time, right? And that's the cool thing about art is that it's never really finished. Like there is always elements you will be tweaking and you will be touching up and you will be taking second, third, fourth, 10th passes on even as the game launches and we go through expansions. Like these are things that art continually to improves upon, uses new technologies for. I mean, you guys are the masters of the visuals here.
Yeah. My
Yeah,
favorite thing is. Go ahead,
This
just.
game's still
Go ahead.
3 years away.
Yeah.
Like,
So like many heads are better than one. A lot of people are gonna see this and they're gonna be like,
It'd be
wow, this
amazing
one
what-
looks
what
great,
it could
but
look like
could be
in-
maybe
in
slightly
2 or
better
3
in this
years.
area. And they'll have a screenshot or video to show us, or something, a different way to look at it, and we just leverage the hive mind of all of humanity when we're doing this, and we're just giving
even the
best of
change from when
everything.
I
And
was
it's
playing it
really-
in
I
alpha
like
is
that.
pretty
That's very
amazing.
cool. Well, we are going to go back to stream, but everybody, I hope that you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed this presentation. The best is still yet to come because this is stuff that we are constantly working on, as we said, and we have some amazing artists at Intrepid. And by the way, we are hiring, so if you have any
I need a
favorite
job,
devs or
maybe.
projects out there that you know of, please send them our way. IntrepidStudios.com. I cannot express enough just how excited I am to live inside of Vera, and I think that our community is chomping at the bits to live there with me, and
yeah.
all of us. It is, yeah.
I was just gonna say, I mean, we could probably just sit here and let this run for 10 hours straight and
Oh,
put
we
it on
should
YouTube and
totally do that.
monetize it or something like that.
Monetize it? What?
No,
Oh, jeez, just
Tristan!
you know, those 10-hour like ambient loops.
Oh my gosh, that
but-
is hilarious.
We were talking about it today, how we like just left this running yesterday after one of our tests, and we came back to the conference room and it was still running and it was still windy and it was perfect. It was just like, oh wow, it's still alive and
Yeah,
running.
Absolutely.
I constantly
It's me
get distracted
interesting to
by-
see how well this
Scary.
runs on
I'm just-
you
oh,
know
yeah, I
an
should be
average
looking.
computer
It's actually kind of it's
in 2
calming
years,
and,
you know, a couple of years type of
great
thing,
to
right?
just,
Like
when you're working, just sit there and stare at it for 5 minutes.
It really
I
is.
literally have this exact scene on my computer desktop right now, just running.
Who
that
needs
would
to
be
go
my one
outside
concern
when
is
they can
how
go
is
better?
how is this going to run
Absolutely.
in
Love it.
Unreal
All right,
Engine
guys, we are going to see you guys back on
when
stream.
you have hundreds
Tristan,
and hundreds of people in the same area?
James, Brian, thanks for hanging out with me and explaining your really cool, amazing job at making Vera a place that we all want to live in. I cannot express enough.
Well,
how
there's a
much
lot
I
more wrong with
appreciate
New
the
World
work that you guys
than
do
just
to
not
making
running
this
well.
stream a reality, and how much our community loves it as well. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for all your hard work. Stream, give us hearts for Tristan, Brian, and James, and all of the team on the environment side, on the art side, everybody at Intrepid. We're working a way to make this stream a reality. I will see you guys back on stream shortly.
Pretty cool.
All right, see you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah. Anyways, I honestly like the even the environment from when I played in alpha. What was it, like several months ago? It looks way better now. The landscape than when I was playing it. So the weather brings like an added sense of realism to the game. I know it's a fantasy, MMO, but it just kind of brings more I don't know, sense of you actually being in the game and playing the character. I think something like that added to the game can't do anything to hurt the game, and it just kind of makes it a lot more interesting to play. So now that I've actually watched the video, I am really kind of excited for that sort of thing. And again, they've got like 2 or 3 years before this game comes out. Imagine where they're going to be at that point. Hopefully, as we've talked about in the past and tonight, hopefully the game runs well on computers, because the game looks amazing, but how is it going to run on an average computer in like 2 or 3 years? Like a beefy video card now, runs it now, but if people are, updating their computers now, or a lot of people, they update their computers or upgrade their computers every few years. If somebody's got like a 1080 video card still in 2 or 3 years, how is the game going to run on a 1080 video card? So it'd be interesting to see, but I am really kind of impressed with the way that they're going. And like I said, the game looks great. They're saying a lot of the right things as to what they plan to do with the game. But as we've seen with other, WoW killers or other games in the past, they've got 2 or 3 years to screw this game up. So let's hold our breath and hope that doesn't happen. Anyways, that's the end of my video. If you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you gave a like and subscribe down below. I will be covering Ashes of Creation regularly as they come out with new content. So if you'd like to talk to me more about Ashes of Creation, you can either leave a comment below, or you can come join me on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Alodar. The links are down below. I stream 6 nights a week from Tuesdays to Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can come chat with me there. Also, all my other links are down below, Twitter, all that sort of stuff too. So anyways, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.